Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. Apologies for not uploading a video the other day on the new GMC Typhoon. I on one hand forgot, and on the other hand I've been busy doing stuff in my life and also working on other videos that I'll be uploading soon, so I kind of got a bit caught up with that and couldn't upload. But this week I'll definitely upload a video on the new Hennessy VelociRaptor 6x6 because it's such a cool car and I can't wait to get my hands on it because I haven't done it yet. Because I've been working on this video, obviously getting ready for this video. So we're now in the final week of Series 28, sorry. And then next week will be the start of Series 29. We have the Hennessy VelociRaptor is here from this cross-country championship, and you can also drive it in the monthly rivals. This is the last week that you can do the monthly rivals and the online adventure. And then next week we'll have Series 29 online adventure and Series 29 monthly rivals, where you'll be driving one of the new cars probably. Might not, but not commonly they are. We also have a showcase remix here, as well as our usual stuff. I've already done the photo challenge this week, so that way you don't have to spend 5 minutes with me changing car and all that faff. But the photo challenge is you have to get in a classic muscle car. So if I just do this quickly, then you'll be able to see there's quite a lot of classic muscle cars. I just took my little Barrett Jackson Chevelle, a car pass car, and then you just go within the boundaries of Broadway, so from about here to here and to here. I tried it up here on the windmill first, but it didn't count, so make sure you're in Broadway for that. And then the Forzathon this week. In the shop we have the 1992 Supra. That's not the like the really popular one. That's just the really old one. Never really driven it, but I believe it was quite valuable until this week. And then you got the Lamborghini Reventon Forza edition, which can also be obtained in the Car Mastery using skill points from the Lamborghini Miura, whatever you call it, thing, the green car. But anyway, the weekly Forzathon this week is owned by the 2017 Nissan GTR, so the newest one that's currently on the game. Win a road series event at the Goliath, 3 drift tap skills and 3 devil skills. So for the Goliath, don't have a blueprint for that obviously, but it is here on the map. If you haven't unlocked it, you have to reach something like level 20 in road racing, or you can do it with a friend that's got it, and you just get in your Nissan GTR and you do a race. It's basically all the way around the map. In this car it should take 8 to 9 minutes per lap, and you only have to do 1 lap, unless you want to do more. Well, that's up to you. If you've got loads of time then you can, but if you just want to get it done with, just do 1 lap. And then basically that's that. Then the drift taps, you can, I think it's probably best to do this in a race. I don't know whether it counts in free roam. I think if you're in Edinburgh and you drift in, you hit one of the buildings, probably would, as long as you didn't hit it too hard. But drift taps, if you just go into any road race, or probably road or street race, and on a corner you just drift. It doesn't have to be on a corner, you can just drift and clip a building or a car. Not like smashing into it, just sort of drifting and touching it. Like a sideways trading paint. And you have to get 3 of them. And then the other one is, I think, 3 daredevil skills. So, I've forgotten what they are. I think I know what they are, but just to be sure. 3 yeah, so basically daredevil is you go on the motorway and you go on the wrong side of the road. So if you're going up this way, you need to be on the right, and if you're coming down this way, on the left, the right, sorry, basically opposite to what you're meant to be, opposite to the traffic. And if you just go up and weave through the traffic, get as close as to the traffic cars without hitting them, and go between a couple. And then you get Daredevil skills. And then that is the weekly Forzathon. Pretty easy, I think, this week. Now we'll do the stunts, but just before that I'll just show you quickly the share code for the tune. I did it to the middle of S2. Oh, it's not too fast. Won't let me show you the share code for some reason. It doesn't matter, but it's called Forzathon Spring and it was created last night, so the 11th of November. And you'll be able to find that by searching up my Gamertag. Or you can get any other tune, but just a tune for this, and you probably don't really need a tune, just makes it a bit faster and a bit handles better for the Goliath. Right, now we'll move on to the stunts. So stunt 1 is the really easy speed trap here at Asmura, but they've made it kind of not easy because you need 203 miles an hour. So if you go to about here, don't know whether you need to go this far back, just being safe. I don't really study speed traps that much, or stunts. I'm not like one of them people that goes around picking out the spots. I'm just going to see, you could probably do it in the GTR actually. Don't know whether it's fast enough acceleration. As you can see, it grips pretty well. Right, come on my GTR. Oh, not just quite not fast enough. Right, I got 196, so I'll get in the Mosley. Again, I now have a tune for this. I think it's the second or third week of me having a tune for the Mosley. The V8 one, so it's a couple of mile an hour slower, but I tuned it as well. It sounds way better than the V10 or V12 in my opinion, and most people's opinion, and the acceleration is vicious. So you can go that way, or actually, if you're in the Mosley, you could probably just go this way. Because the Mosley is really, really fast if you have a tune on it. So it's got the racing V8 on it if you're wondering. So anyway, oh, that car hit me then, that was a bit annoying. Got 196 again because I got hit by an AI. I'll just kind of rewind. Bit more. Stupid cat. Yeah, we need to rewind again. This is very annoying. That's it. Right, just one more time. Apologise for this stupid AI stopping me from doing the stuff I want to. Oh, we'll have to do it again. What's taking so long to do that leaderboard thing? Right, there we go, 212. Right, that's the way. Bit of a pain in the backside, but we've done it now. Where are the others? Haven't looked on it this time. Oh, right, they're here. So the speed zone is Royal Terrace in Edinburgh, and you need 108 mile an hour, so you can wall ride on this one on the tight corner. It doesn't really matter which way you go from, but I'm going to go from here. You can get a bit more speed up if you're not going uphill. And you can basically wall ride around the corner using the fence because it's unbreakable, and then you just get around the corner, pull away from the fence, doesn't slow you down too much, and then you just drive to the finish. So I will now demonstrate this, if it lets me. Yes, I heard it trigger. So here you can just wall ride. Doesn't matter which way you come from really. Right, so I've done it. I can't see it until it stops doing that. Right, I got 145. So that's that as well. And then the danger sign is here at Swan Dive, and you need 244 meters. So you could probably, ideally, you'd do this in, for instance, the Hoonigan RS200 or the Jeep Trailcat or something a bit more off-roady. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to do it in the Mosley because it's obviously possible. Right, so we need to kind of just go back here a bit. If you're looking to set PBs and leaderboards and that, then you go all the way back there. But for this, you shouldn't need to do that, I'm hoping. Alright, just put the car in 5th. I have a reputation for crashing into fences and buildings and stuff like that when I'm doing danger signs and stuff, especially this one. Right, what do we need? 240 something? Yeah, 271. Oh, why did I fail? Oh, you got to be kidding me. I hit the water. You meant to land in the water, you stupid game. Right, okay, fair enough. Right, there we go. So we should still do it. Yeah, 279, so I got more that time. Right, so that's the 3 PR stunts. That's flashing at me to say I've got 50%, I presume, or 80% on the whole series. Right, now we'll move on to the championship. So for the trial, it's road racing. It's called Quintessential. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that. And you need an A-class classic racer. Why did I click Horizon Convoy? I was filtering before I'd even gone in. Alright, so A-class and then classic racers. Right, so I tried to pick some cheap ones because quite a lot of these are 10 million and so on. So quite like rare ones that you can't buy in the auto show and that. So I tried to pick some not expensive ones that are quite cheap for people that have money. So you can use the Ford Lotus Cortina. It's only 50,000, and you probably can get it in a wheel spin anyway. So it's really light, so good acceleration. It's good speed for a little dinky car. I don't think it's that bad. The Lotus 11 is a bit faster. Apparently it handles better, but it's basically only got an engine in it and not much like anything else. And then the Mercedes is basically an all-rounder. I quite like it. Somehow it is not the lightest. How is that only half a ton? Lotus, you are insane. But it's got quite a lot of power, good acceleration, an all-rounder. It's a bit more expensive, but I think you could win it in like a championship or something a few months ago. But that's most expensive. That second expensive doesn't turn as well. But if you want a really cheap, good option, and safe option, take the Ford, and you will win easily. Right, where's the games? I believe it's here. Yes, it is. So it's at the Quarry, Spring Games, obviously. And you need, just a reminder, for the people that always quit. I know if you have disconnection problems or you have to go for your tea, for instance, then I get that, because that's happened to me before. But don't leave if you think your team's losing, because you don't have to win. If you actually played till the end, then you'd know that it highlights finish second at the end of the championship. So if you win or not, doesn't matter. Just for the people that leave because they think that they're going to lose and then they just waste the time doing it again until they win. So just so you know, unless you're just being awkward, because I know some people do that. But anyway, you need an A-class Audi. So if I just go across to Audi, so you've got a few options. Obviously, quite a lot of my Audis are tuned. But I did the Audi RS7 Sportback, so that's quite fast. It's got quite a lot of power. So I thought, in the playground game, especially in the Quarry, you need power, launch, and nippiness, basically. Not so much handling if you can drift it. So this one doesn't really handle that well. I just basically give it as much power as possible. But it's still like not all over the top, if you know what I mean. So that's probably an all-rounder. It's quite expensive. I believe you can buy it from the auto show. But otherwise, you could use the RS6 that I tuned for one of last week's championships. That's actually got rally suspension on, so it's built for off-road. Again, that's really fast. It sounds horrific because I couldn't engine swap it. It's a bit cheaper, but it doesn't really handle that well, but it's up to you. And then there are like loads of other cars, but I have basically all of the Audis upgraded to above A class. So basically all of these Audis you'd be able to use if you haven't tuned them like me, and that's the car you win. So you can't actually use that because it's in S2, but that is the car you win. Now the other 3 championships, so you've got Street Scene, New Rules, and you need an S1 McLaren. So I've got a few options for this. So because you can't wall ride most of the time in Street Scene, I've built them for handling. So the McLaren 650S has got the wide body kit on it, and as you can see it handles quite well. The braking's insane. So that's quite a cheap car and also a good car. And then you got the 12C, it's a bit faster, handles just as well. Not quite as good acceleration and stuff like that, but again, that's a very good car. Bit cheaper. Don't know whether you can buy it in the auto show. For some reason I've got 4 of them because I kept winning them for festival playlist prizes. But either of these two, they're basically the same. I was going to do like the F1 or the F1 GT, but I thought, nah, because I thought quite a lot of people don't have them, and I can't be bothered doing stuff that I'm not going to use. So, 12C, 650S, good cars to use. Right, now, cross country, into the wilderness, you need an A-class extreme off-road. So if I go to extreme off-road, right, so you've got the bowler, or the bowler, depending on how you pronounce it, because where you're from. Pretty good car, quite a lot of power, doesn't really turn that well, but it's alright, it's a bit sluggish, but you can use the Ford Ranger is the car I tuned specifically today. Quite expensive, and it's really, really slow, but the acceleration that handling are really good. So that's quite a good car for circuit races and that, where you don't really need too much speed. Now obviously the trail car, I've got a tune for that, but then I made an S1 tune and installed it, so because I've only got 1 of them. But you can use that as well as the Wrangler if you have it. And then some Toyotas, you can use some Toyotas. But I would probably suggest the, what's it called? Ford Ranger or the Bowler. Right, now, final championship, as well as the Showcase Remix, that's where you're in the taxi, the Aisha's taxi, and you're racing against the plane thing, typhoon thing, whatever it's called. I think you need to win, so just try and win in that. If you need help, then just let me know. So yeah, you got that as well. You can just win a super wheel spin for that. And then the final championship, it's Dirt Hot Hatch Time Machine, and you need a C-Class Retro Hot Hatch. So if I go to Retro Hot Hatch, wherever that is, there. So you've got quite a few options. That one's tuned to B-Class. The Honda CRX SIR, if that's how you say it. It grips quite well. I mean, C-Class isn't great, but this is kind of right. If you have Car Pass, the Honda Civic, pretty nippy. But not that good. But them two are good considering it's C-Class. Or you could do like the Golf or something like that. That's quite fast. Or any of these if you wanted to. So anyway guys, that will be it for today's video. I am thankful that I've got through it quite quick. I think this is the first time I'll have a sub 20 minutes. In the backstage pass, the twin mill won last week's vote, and this week's vote will be between the M3 GTR and the RTR Mustang. So the RTR Mustang is a very, very good drift car, and the M3 GTR is just a pretty cool car that you can't buy in the auto show. So that's the backstage pass for this week, so go and vote for which one you want. So anyway guys, I shall see you in the video I do on the new Hennessy VelociRaptor very soon. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and turn notifications on, and if you can share my channel around, that'll be much appreciated. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.